Hey, good afternoon everyone. My name is Ram Damija. Welcome to my channel. Today is 8th of April and what a good day it has been for the markets. Yesterday the markets had collapsed along with the worldwide markets. It was a very bad fall, but today has been exceptionally good and a lot of ground has been gained by the market. A lot of stocks are up, a lot of indices are up. It is a small relief rally which we all are seeing right now, and the world markets are also stabilizing a bit, or maybe you can just say it's a small bounce after a very brutal fall. Because US markets fell almost 15% at one point in time, if you calculate the futures. So they had fallen 5% on Friday, 5% on 5% on Thursday, 5% on Friday, and then Monday also 5%. So it ended up about a 15% if you include the futures in it. So it has been all in all a very bad last 2-3 days, that since the tariff announcements have come for the world markets. The world markets are in complete disarray, and Indian markets are relatively better, but still, I mean, when I say relative, then I'm comparing it with the Asian and the Chinese markets, which have fallen almost 15% immediately in the last couple of days. And today also a lot of markets like Indonesia, etc., are down almost 10%. So relatively we are doing much better, but the pain is there, and we have broken the last lows that we had seen about a month back. So we have broken those lows, and thankfully we are up now today, but still not out of the woods by any stretch of imagination, I would assume. So today was Sensex expiry also, and as usual the volatility is hitting all-time highs, and our VIX is shot up above 20. But this is nowhere compared to where the VIX is internationally. So US VIX is at 40-45, and these kind of levels are not seen after COVID. These kind of levels are only seen, during events like election day, budget day, etc. Otherwise, these kind of spike in VIX, 60% VIX went up yesterday. This is unheard of. Even on election day, the VIX was up 50% only. And now one might argue what is the percentage that you're calculating, etc., because VIX is a percentage itself, but it's huge. It's unprecedented. These kind of moves, they don't happen every day, every month. They happen once in 3-5 years. So that is what is happening with the markets right now. And today also it was a very rough day for option selling. It was not easy by any means, because the movements were high, and premiums actually melted just at the start. So it was, I'll take you through all of that, whatever happened today, and how I'm seeing the markets and what else is in store for us. So let's start off first with how the day has been for us. Let's start off with the Nifty charts over here. Yeah, so this is the Nifty chart. As you can see, the 3-minute Nifty chart, we opened with a gap up at 22,500 odd, which is a good nice green gap up, and immediately we fell down. Now this fall was unexpected, and it took away most of the puts that were there, and then came the rise, which took away most of the calls. So it was a huge movement, 23,500 to 22,250, 250 points here, and then 300 points here, 100 points here. So it's like huge movement of some 700-800 points just happened on the Nifty itself, probably even more. I'm not calculating it fully. So this is what happens. But let's look at this chart. This is probably more relevant for us. This is the daily chart for Nifty. This was a support that existed. Now it will become a resistance for us, and this was the gap down that you can see, this gap down over here, 7th of April. We went down, we broke the last lows that we had established on somewhere around 4th of March, which was around 21,900 odd. We went down all the way to 21,700 odd, and then today we have actually touched again 22,000. So 1,000 points already from the bottom have been touched, but it still looks like we are in a big bear market, because look at these movements. These are insane movements. It's like we fell down 4.5% from 22,900 odd levels. We fell down to 21,700. So you can imagine the kind of movement that has happened in one day, and because of this, all the VIX, everything is gone for a toss, and now we are just kind of trying to stabilize somewhere over here. I don't know where we will end up, but I had said that these are the two resistances. If we can't cross this resistance, which was about 23,700, then we are going to go down and we are going to break this. Best case scenario would have been we tested 21,900 and we kind of went up, but that's not happened. We have broken the last low. Now the new low is 21,700. The way things are going in the world markets, I am not sure whether this will hold also or not. But typically the bottoms are made when capitulation happens. Yesterday was a capitulation day, but will the bottoms hold? I am not so sure, because there is a lot of bad news that is still floating around of President Trump announcing that they're going to impose additional, I think 50% more tariff on China. That will basically make it 104% tariffs on China. That would mean freezing of trade between US and China. Freezing of trade between the two biggest economies in the world. What is going to happen to trade and so on? No one knows. No one knows what is going to happen to the markets. And the markets are also very elevated. They are not cheap anymore. And we are seeing a lot of collateral damage happen in smaller economies like Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, etc. Those economies will completely be at risk of default kind of a scenario, because they are export dependent. Their currencies are going to go flat out. It could be a big mess. Could be a big mess. So we have to be prepared for this kind of a scenario. How it plays out. Of course, the flip side to it is that we are in a very good position, and we are not so export dependent. We are more internal consuming economy. Our per capita is low, so that is good for us, and that is why probably we are falling even lesser than the other markets. But having said that, it is still a very big cause for worry right now. Now, in terms of the open interest, how is the open interest today? This is the open interest. Open interest has improved a bit. Okay, so from 19 crore calls, we are about 15 crore calls puts. So that's 0.76. Yesterday this was 0.5. That's improved a bit, but it is meaningless right now if you ask me, because if you get a 4% gap down, gap up, there's open interest is hardly any use. But for whatever little it is worth, it is 0.76. Still in the bearish territory. It's not green. Now let's come to the more relevant part, how the straddles have behaved today. Now between yesterday and today, there was a 50% drop in straddle price. Now yesterday, this is the Nifty straddle. It closed, I think, somewhere around so it's closed somewhere around 580 odd levels. It opened at about 300 levels, so it was basically cut into half straight, and from there it went up. So anyone who sold straddle at the morning got punished, and both sides stop losses went. At least for me, both sides stop losses went. Sensex was equally wild today. It closed at 1400. It opened at 740, 50 odd, went down, and then again went up, then went down, then again went up. So it's just been madness. It's just been madness trying to trade options, because you will get cut both sides. Even in 0 DTE, 1 DTE, it doesn't matter. Yesterday was a very bad day for option selling. Thankfully, I tried to get in, couldn't even get in, couldn't even get the strikes. I was like, okay, fine. Tried to take one small trade here and there in Nifty, got stopped out, and said thank you very much, I'm not doing anything. Today I took the trades, again got stopped out. So this is what happens. This is kind of reminding of what happened in March 2020 when the VIX shoots up. Then any trade that you put in on the short wall side will get taken out. So you have to be very, very careful in terms of how you are managing your risks, because right now nothing is working. You put in any trade for any DTE, it's going to backfire. Even bank Nifty trades are backfiring, wherein the premiums are shooting up. So it's a very tricky scenario to manage. Markets are going down, options are becoming volatile. So your systems should be robust enough to handle this. But yeah, I mean, that's where it is. So we'll see how things move. I just hope it's not as bad as March 20 was. So not saying that we are going to fall as much, but in terms of the options volatility, etc., let's hope that it doesn't go anywhere near that. Now coming to how the Indian markets are placed, this is how the Indian markets are. VIX has cooled down a bit today, so it's at about 20, but still about 20 is kind of a red flag. Above 30 is not tradable, for at least for my system. So that is where we are. In terms of the indices that did well today, media, small cap, FMCG, infra, pharma, everyone has made some sort of a small bounce back. It's actually not too meaningful if you ask me, because on a green day everyone will go up, but on a red day how much we fall is more significant. Now let us look at where we are with respect to the distance from all-time high. So Fin Nifty is now again gone to about -4. Nifty is -15 now. -15. Some time back it had gone below -10. Now it's -15. You look at pharma, which is still relatively insulated because tariff news is not out there. We will come to know in a couple of days how it is. So -15 for it also. Mid cap -17. Nifty next -22. Small cap is -22. Alpha -30. Momentum is completely crushed below -31. So this is how the indices are compared to the 52-week highs. Now let us look at what is happening in the international markets. Now S&P VIX has cooled down a bit, and Nasdaq futures are up 1%. So this is showing that some stability might come in at some point in time, but I don't know whether this is the real thing or not. Brent has gone to 64 from 75, 79. In fact, it had touched. It has gone to 64 now. USD INR has inched up a bit, and gold has gone above 3,000, which is fine. So the international cues are okay, but if you look at this, this is how the major indices worldwide are doing right now. Okay, you look at this index, the relevant ones for us. Taiwan -9. Okay, so this was yesterday, but look at Kospi. It's this one. Indonesia -9%. Right. You look at Thailand -5. You look at Vietnam -6.5. So this is where a lot of these concerns are coming in. It's like kind of looking like a Asian crisis of 1997. When uh, all these stock markets and all these economies were flattened out. But anyways, having said that, let's see how things play out. Our markets are looking tricky right now. The revival that has come in the US markets, the revival that has come in our markets is not very convincing right now. However, having said that, bottoms are made like this only. When the VIX speaks out, when there is a capitulation in the market, that is when bottoms are made. I don't know whether this is capitulation or not for us, uh, or for the US markets. There are a lot of studies which show that if US has declined subsequently by 10%, 5% each day, 10-15% has declined, in the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years time period for stocks is green. All those studies are fine, but when the market is falling, then one should have the courage, so to say, or the systems to buy. So it's a good time for anyone who is wanting to build their portfolios. It's a good time to invest, provided you know what you're investing into. So if anyone is interested, I run a mutual fund portfolio. I help clients build a mutual fund portfolio. If anyone is interested, please fill up the Google form and get in touch with me, and I shall help you build a very good mutual fund portfolio, which will hopefully be able to sustain all these downfalls and help you while the markets go up and recover. So it's very important and critical to have a very strong, good portfolio which is resilient, which helps you on the upside, which protects you on the downside, which is diversified, which is across market caps, which is across factors, and so on. So if anyone is interested, please fill up the form and I shall get back to you. So that's it from me now. Let's see how things play out. It's not a very pretty situation right now. So for everyone, for investors, for traders, for everyone. But this is what market teaches us, that every day is not a Sunday, and it's you have to go through the tough times. Your systems have to go through the tough times for you to actually end up making money, and that is why only very few people in the market are able to make money. If your systems are robust enough, strong enough, you will end up on the green on the other side. So keep at it. Keep your losses small. Keep stop losses in the system during such times. Don't try to overtrade. Don't try to beat the market. If the market is not letting you in, please bow out and move out. When the VIX is so high, don't try to short the market in terms of options. Just play a little safe. Just lie low for some time. That helps, because if you're able to navigate this, then on the other side, once the VIX starts to cool down, it's going to be free money. Not free money, but it's going to be easy money selling options. At that point in time, one can recover whatever losses one has made. But when the VIX is rising, when option selling is tough, at that point in time one should be slightly careful. And when the going gets good, then you increase your position sizing, or whatever your systems tell you to do. You do that at that point in time, so that you are able to recover the losses which are there during such times. But during such times it's best to play defensive rather than aggressive. Time to aggressive will come, but not right now. So that's it from me now. Tomorrow's Nifty expiry. Let's see how it goes, and I shall see you soon tomorrow with another update. Stay safe, and if you like the content, please do subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you soon with another update. Take care. Bye bye.